Hello, my name is Austin Peace, and this is my Bio 210 presentation final. So the body uses many different branches to help regulate the absorption and digestion of nutrients within itself. Today we'll be discussing 4 types that we also discuss in class, those being how the small intestine regulates the absorption of nutrients, how the sodium-potassium pump helps facilitate the absorption of nutrients. Third is what neurons are used in digestion, and how the action potentials help regulate digestion. And finally, how the autonomic nervous system helps regulate digestion. So, firstly, the small intestine helps regulate the absorption of nutrients through 4 types of transport. The first one is passive transport, in which small nutrients move across the cell membrane, and it utilizes no ATP energy. The second one is facilitated diffusion, in which proteins actually help absorb nutrients, and it doesn't utilize energy as well. The third one is active transport, which utilizes ATP energy to move nutrients across a concentration gradient. And lastly is endocytosis, in which nutrients are absorbed, large nutrients are absorbed by the cell membrane. The sodium-potassium pump helps facilitate diffusion by creating a gradient from the outside and the inside. So it creates this gradient by exporting 3 sodium molecules and importing 2 potassium molecules, creating this gradient. And you might think, what's so special about a gradient? Well, the gradient actually helps drive active transport and assists in active transport through the ATP molecules and the gradient. So there are 2 types of neurons that are utilized in digestion, those being the sensory neurons and the motor neurons. All of these being part of the enteric nervous system of the body. And the action potentials are utilized very heavily in the digestion and absorption of nutrients by the body. So the first one is action potentials actually use peristalsis to help stretch the stomach and small intestine when it's absorbing food, which can be seen down here. It also releases secretory cells such as bile, which is released here by the gallbladder, and stomach acid, which is seen here along with other secretory cells. Finally, the autonomic nervous system plays a big role in digestion. There's actually 2 branches to the autonomic nervous system, the parasympathetic and the sympathetic branches. The parasympathetic is known as the rest branch, because it regulates digestion, paralysis, which we discussed in the last slide, and helps regulate secretory cells as well, like bile and stomach acids. It also is part of, the vagus nerve is also part of the parasympathetic nervous system. And the vagus nerve is really important in the utilization of the small intestine and the stomach. There's then the sympathetic nervous system, which is known as the fight or flight branch, because it is used in the body's fight or flight response. And overall, it inhibits digestion reduces blood flow and slows secretory cells. This is it slows secretory cells because it actually slows down the digestion, which I said it inhibits digestion. It slows down digestion, so when you're in the fight or flight response, your body can utilize the energy in your muscles to either fight or flight, to run away, and so your body isn't wasting energy in the digestion of molecules. And it also slows down blood flow in the GI tract because it can utilize blood flow to the heart and increase blood flow so the heart moves faster, and it actually so you absorb more air and more oxygen when you breathe. That way your body is quicker and you have more oxygen to fight or flight. In conclusion, the body utilizes many different branches in to help regulate digestion and absorption of molecules. Thank you, and the end.